Hey guys, and welcome back to Guitar Lessons with Rhapsody. I'm so excited to see you guys again, and without further ado, let's jump into this week's chords and triads. This week we are going to be learning about the D chords and triads, and before we start learning about how to play each and every single one of them, like always, we're going to learn the chord spellings for each and every single one. First, starting with D major. Now the chord spelling for D major is the first is a D, the third is an F sharp, and the fifth is an A. Moving on to D minor, we have the first is a D, the flat third is an F, and the fifth is an A. Next we have D augmented. Now the chord spelling for that is the first is a D, the third is an F sharp, and the sharp fifth is an A sharp. Moving on to D diminished, the chord spelling is the first is a D, the flat third is an F, and the flat fifth is an A flat. Now, like in past weeks with some of our other chords and triads we learned about, this one is also a bar chord. Now, if you don't know what a bar chord is, if you're new to the course, you can go back to my old videos and you can check out for definitions on that. But basically, a bar chord is when you take your finger and you place it across the entire fretboard. Now that we've learned the chord spellings for this week's chords and triads, we're going to go ahead and grab our guitar and our pick, and we're going to get in our position to play this week. And just a reminder, make sure your guitar is always tuned and ready to go before every practice and performance that you do. Alright, the first one we're going to learn how to play this week is D major. Now the way you play a D major is pretty simple. You're going to be using your pointer, your middle, and your ring finger. And how you're going to place them is as follows. You're going to take your pointer finger and you're going to put it on the third string on the second fret. Then you're going to take your middle finger and put it on the first string on the second fret. And you are going to take your ring finger and put it on the second string on the third fret. This is how you strum it. When you are strumming it, you're going to strum all of those four bottom strings. So it should be 1, 2, 3, and 4. You do not strum the fifth or the sixth string. So altogether, it should sound something like this. The next one we're going to play is D minor. Now the way you play D minor is actually pretty similar to how you play D major, but you're going to move some fingers around. So you're going to again be using your pointer, your middle, and your ring finger, and you're going to place them as follows. Your pointer finger is going to go on the first string on the first fret. Then your middle finger is going to go on the third string on the second fret. And then your ring finger is going to go on the second string on the third fret. Now when you strum it, you're strumming it the exact same way that you strum D major. You're going to strum all the strings except for the fifth and the sixth. So it should sound something like this. So the next one that we're going to learn is D augmented. Now D augmented is not a bar chord, it actually has a tie in it versus a bar where you're playing multiple strings, you're only playing two with the same finger. So what you're going to do is you're going to use your pointer, your middle, and your ring finger again, and you're going to place them as follows. On the third fret, you're going to take your pointer finger and cover the third and second string, just like so. And then you are going to take your middle finger and you're going to put it on the fourth string on the fourth fret. And then you're going to take your ring finger and put it on the fifth string on the sixth fret. And how you strum it is similar to D major and minor, but instead you're going to strum all the strings except for the first and the sixth. So it's all the middle ones. And it should sound something like this. Alright, the last one we're going to learn today is D diminished. Now the way you play a D diminished, it is a bar chord, is you are going to be using your pointer and your ring finger. And this is how it's going to be placed. You're going to take your pointer finger and you're going to cover on the first fret, the first, second, and third string. Then you are going to take your ring finger and you are going to put it on the third fret on the second string. It's a little bit of a stretch, so if it's a little bit too hard for you, you can use your pinky instead of your ring finger, but I encourage your ring finger because it's how it's supposed to be played correctly. And the way you strum this is the exact same way you strum the major and the minor D, is you're going to strum the first, second, third, and fourth strings only, and it should sound something like this. Now, before we call it quits for today, I want you guys to practice this strumming pattern before we leave. And this is what it's going to be. We're going to be switching back and forth between D major and D minor. And I'm going to put the commands on the screen below for you guys to follow along. So whenever it says down, you strum down. Whenever it says strum up, you strum up. And whenever it says switch, you'll switch to the next chord. So it's going to be D major and then D minor when it says switch. Got it good? Alright, here's what I want you to play. Down, down, up, down, up, down. 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 So now you go ahead and try that again. You can rewatch this part of the video if you would like to, but I would like if you guys practice that strumming pattern. Alright guys, that is it for this week's videos on the chords and triads that are D. And I want you guys to practice them all the rest of the week. I want you guys to practice them with your A, B, C, and D chords and triads. You can practice between all of them. And yeah, I hope you guys had fun. I hope you guys have a great rest of the week and a great weekend. And yeah, just have a great day. Bye!